Well, good morning from way down deep in Louisiana. Or I guess since I'm here, I could get away with saying Louisiana. This is downtown or Old Town, Covington, Louisiana, just north of Lake Pontchartrain from New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans many times, but I've never been to Covington, and I'm glad I stopped. Look at this place. Not only is the architecture fantastic, it's like a little slice of southern Louisiana charm, but apparently this old mercantile has got a free museum inside. Look at this, you got the old ox cart over here with a big hogshead barrel. Here's something for the more modern resident of Louisiana being depicted outside. I love this, the old visible gas pump where you could physically see how much gas was going in to your car. And I love this old school painted sign on the side of one of the buildings that makes up the museum. I gotta check this out, Doc. We're gonna be a little bit museum heavy today. This will hopefully not be our only museum. Let's see what's going on. Oh wow, it's still a general store in here. It's a big place. 150 years old, you said?
Wow. Grandpa started.
Really?
That's the original store next door.
4 generations in one family. That is so cool. Look at, I love that cigar store guy right there. Look at him. All right, I've been instructed by the proprietor to follow the footsteps to the free museum, which is inside the original store building. Oop, oop, oop. Wow. Oh, cool. He said it's 150 years old. And I don't know if you caught it. He said it was started by his great-grandpa. That's incredible. Oh, wow. Look at all these old photos of Covington and the store. We're in the original store building now. Look at this. The Times-Picayune said it was like the first Walmart here. Look at these old wagon wheels. All kinds of old tools. Look how old just the display cases are. Man, everything and the kitchen sink is in here. I'm gonna sign the guest book right quick. Dude, what in the world is this? Oh, it is a casket, a cast iron casket. It says economical and practical because of its durability and longevity in wet climates. This is obviously basically just the lid. Look at that. A nice little window so you can gaze upon your departed loved ones. Having recently had to do that myself, I can appreciate the sentiment, but I'm sort of glad that my recently departed friend wasn't laid down with a window, I must say. Now, I noticed in the general store next door that's still going, a lot of swords. And look at these Knights of Pythias swords in here. Swords all over the shop. Ancient roller skates. Look at all these toys. Wow, so many woodworking tools and saws up on the walls. A lot of trees in Louisiana. This little stick of wood says pull rope. What happens if I... Okay, you gotta see this. You pull the rope. Here lies the first H.J. Smith customer who didn't pay his bill. Oh my gosh. Oh man, look at this. That looks like a little Shriner's car. That is so... like big enough for an adult to sit in. A little miniature car there. I love this old display case in the back of this wagon. We are in Louisiana, so you might be familiar with the story of Huey Long. And of course, they've got some newspapers about Huey Long right there. You know your history. Very good. I'm loving all these old containers here, presumably kept by the family over all these years. They got everything from old cigar boxes and pea boxes to old neon signs from town. Here's a miniature stagecoach. Some lucky kid had the coolest toy in town at one point. Oh, I love this old screen-used Doc Brown's canoe from Back to the Future Part 1. On loan from Disneyland, of course. And what's up with this boat here? It says it's an antique bass boat. They've got a petrified sturgeon there. Got some alligator skin, a gnarly hammerhead shark underneath the boat. There's a lot to see in here, man. Look at this old hat right there. That's awesome. Here's an old receipt on the counter from 1927. Lots of old locks and merchandise. I assume a lot of this was collected from around town, and because this was the main general store, Probably came from here in the first place. Oh, look at that gnarly hornet's nest up there. Keep Thomas J out of here. There's so much stuff I can't even adjust my eyes to how much stuff. There's this old neon sign that says Tuggies. And look at the bicycles. Oh, yeah. That one on the left is an old Rex. I think the one on the right is a classic old Schwinn. Very cool. Dude, I mean, where else can you just stop on the side of the road and see a whale vertebrae? Or vertebra? For free. But it says giant syrup kettle. I don't know if that's probably for cane syrup. I'm guessing. An amazing old safe. That was probably not easy to move into here. This is truly amazing. I love it. A free museum just sitting in the store. Guy was super friendly. Like, yeah, go check it out. And incredible that a family business could last that long. He said 150 years. I find that incredible. Look at this old crate. This old shipping crate. It's got the name of the store right there. Unbelievable. Well, apparently they filmed some of the Highwaymen here, because you got Kevin Costner at the store, and there is Huey P. Long at the store back in the day. Oh no, it's John Goodman as Huey P. Long. Dude, how sick was this for a first stop today? And don't forget, there's still a modern general store on the other side, and it is absolutely packed with everything you could possibly imagine, from rain slicks to Bigfoot and army helmets and beyond. Everything is in here. Dude, I know it's hard to see in here, but even the restroom has an original old shower in it. I just came in here to see how ugly I was today. Pretty ugly. That was genuinely so neat. So nice talking to those guys in there. They were super, super friendly. Just amazing. Covington, Louisiana. Stop over here if you're ever in the area. H.J. Smith & Sons General Merchants. And the Free Museum is right in there. There's a lot of nice big modern parts of Covington as well. This is the historic district right down here. Pretty amazing. I'm on my way to another museum I hope to see. Been on my bucket list for a long time. But first, just look at this. Look at the size of these ancient trees. Just covered in Spanish moss and ferns. I've been seeing these all up and down the road, like power lines going through them, like they really respect the trees. They want to keep them, keep that southern charm. We cannot do this in Southern California where I'm from because it's too dry. The trees will fall down in the wind or, you know, cause a fire hazard. This says these oaks were planted in front of the old courthouse that used to be here in 1813. So these trees are indeed ancient. Oh, look at this. Is that old cornerstone or something? Sure looks like it. It's amazing. Think of all the history these trees have seen. When they were just little saplings, when they were just first planted, you had the resolution of the War of 1812. You had that battle over here in 1814. Andrew Jackson was up here in the neighborhood. These have been around a long time. And of course, it's good to celebrate history this year because it's the 250th anniversary this year of the Declaration of Independence, the founding of the United States of America. And to me, America is like almost like many countries in one. There's a lot of different Americas to celebrate. There's some Americas that we're not so proud of. It's a mixed bag, like any place in the world. But our great moments have been truly great, so, you know. It's a choose your own adventure sort of place. You can kind of choose which bits and pieces you want to celebrate. If we're talking about greatness, well, it's not all in the past, because the next place we're going is a place that opened to the public at the dawn of this century. So we're still going, baby. We're still trucking. All right, just gonna make my way over to the neighboring town. Just turned on to Old Louisiana Highway 36. Just a couple minutes away. But just look at this. Look how gorgeous everything out here is. Wow. It's a little moist, but we're in Louisiana. What do you expect? Ooh, Texaco. Dude, $2.33 for gas. There's a lot to love. There's a lot to love down here. All right, I made it to the tiny town of Abita Springs, home of the famous Abita Springs Hotel, Abita Springs mineral water. I don't even know what you need a spring for in Louisiana. There's water everywhere. But most importantly, home to this right here. This old Standard Oil service station and house and shed and everything else. One of America's most famous roadside attractions, the Abita Mystery House. And look at this. I've already made a friend. Hi. Who are you? What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hello. Well, they don't stand on formality in Abita Springs. Hi, kitty. You're so big. You look like a mountain lion. You coming with me? Look at that. You can see the old house there. A whole bunch of sheds and barns. And then up here is the old service station, filling station, reopened around the year 2000, if I recall correctly, as the UCM Museum. Right here by a man by the name of John Preble, who had visited out west one of my favorite roadside attractions of all time, Tinkertown, and got inspired to create a southern or a Louisiana specific version. This has been on my list for decades, and I'm finally here with my friend. I know. Are you the main attraction? This is so cool. I love the signs already, the hand-painted signs. If you like this gift shop, you will like this museum. Ooh, now on exhibit, Thelma the 32-foot alligator. Unusual collections in many towns. See the amazing 22-foot bassigator, House of Shards, fortune teller. A lot going on. Open all days except holidays. You coming in? Is that allowed? I don't know. Oh, wow. I love this. I love this gift shop already.
Uh-oh.
I let the cat in. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Couldn't. Okay, I couldn't stop her. That's amazing. Oh, look at this.
And,
I love these wood signs. That's amazing. I love it in here. Tinkertown changed your life. And the whole town here, I guess. That's amazing.
Well, the whole town, half the people in town hate my guts.
Oh, really? Well, ain't that always the way? And then one day when you're gone, they'll all be singing your praises.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Look at the ceiling. It's amazing.
Well, you've been to Tinkertown, you know.
Yeah. All right, so it's free to get in and you pay to get out.
Yep.
I like that.
And look, before you go, take about 4 quarters out of here.
Okay.
There's a machine that use quarters.
So I'll owe you $6 at the end.
No, you can have.
Okay, whoa. All right, I'm headed out the door. Headed into the Abita Mystery House. Supposedly John started this in just one shed after visiting Tinkertown. He just told me, Tinkertown changed my life. Look at this place. I mean, how can you beat the look of that? The hand-painted signs, the junk everywhere. Look at this. We even have cell phones. That's how you know it's a modern roadside attraction. And look at this amazing well and fountain. That is so cool. It's so cool to walk into the gift shop and meet the man, or the legend, behind the mystery house. What's that noise? Oh, look at this. It's Daryl. That's an alligator-dog hybrid right there. Dude, look at this. We've got bottle cap art. We've got old statuary. We've got... Okay, can you be quiet for a second? We're trying to make a video here. We got the Tin Man monkey over here. Dude, you really just want attention, don't you, Daryl? This is amazing. Okay, look at the ticket booth over here. Got another Tin Man yonder. I have wanted to come here, like I was just telling him. Basically, since it opened back then, I was touring in a band. I was coming through New Orleans fairly regularly. And people are like, you've been to the Mystery House? But one, we didn't have money. And two, we did not have time to stop and do anything. And I guess that's partly the inspiration for the show Random Land, was that I've spent the last almost 15 years getting revenge for all the places I could not stop before. I love these little key vines growing into the building right here. This old shooting gallery right there. You can see the little motor for the belt that moves the ducks. You can shoot BBs at those. This is just shed number 1. This isn't even the entrance proper. Here it is. The weirdest museum in America? We shall see. We shall see. I love the trash can robot. All right, Daryl. Okay, I'm going to enter. All right, look at this. Push here, open door. Come look. This is the place to push buttons. No backing up. Enter here. Every square inch of this place is covered with paint and keys and stickers and... All right. We're going to... Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, I love this House on the Rock, big UCM, visit Kenny Hill's World in Chauvin, Louisiana. I love that the man behind Tinkertown was very supportive of John building this place. He said they talked all the time about it. He gave him a lot of guidance and advice, and you can very clearly see the inspiration. I was just in Tinkertown about a year and a half ago when my son and I did a whole Route 66 series. And look at this. It's just like Tinkertown, some folk art, miniature displays, only with a southern Louisiana specific twist. Look at all these cool miniature dioramas. And there are buttons to push that will bring these scenes to life. Look at this. Aunt Chrissy's gun shop. Uncle Byron's toy store. I love this. I love miniatures and dioramas. So did Walt Disney. He was a miniature collector and diorama builder. And in fact, one of his first displays was called Disneylandia and later inspired Disneyland, among many other things. Look at this, Arthur Jones Snake Farm. What he's done here is create this huge diorama here. You can see just how massive it is with all these miniature buildings, recreating the old highways through Louisiana out to Baton Rouge and stuff that would have been littered with snake farms and roadside shops and juke joints and, oh, this is amazing. Oh, I like that sticker someone put here. Born weird. Don't I know the feeling? All right, push. Let's push. Oh! I have no idea what's going on there. Oh, he's picking his nose! Oh no! Before I start pushing buttons on the diorama on the other wall, look at this. Create art and get rich. Well, I've been creating art my whole life. Haven't got the rich part yet, but maybe there's still hope for me. Ladies invited and respected. Now look at these old service station pictures, old postcards, old license plates, paintbrushes and bowling trophies and owls. Here we have Dr. Craig's trained spiders. I am loving that so many of these are activated by motion sensors. Oh, look at this! Martians at Mardi Gras. All right, this is gonna be our first button right here. Push button and let go. Uh-oh. The Martians aren't partying today. Basically, you have this Mardi Gras scene in here with a whole bunch of aliens. Got a little bit of a twist to it. All right, maybe the big diorama won't let us down. I just noticed the computer mice all over the wall. This place is infested with mice. All right, let me press this here. I'll press it and hold it down. And the outhouse door has opened. Now, if I push the button on the garage, we got the car lifting up off the guy with no head. Oh, this car has not only had some damage, it has caused some damage here. I love the little motorized features of it. Man, I wish I could make stuff like this. All I can make is a mess and trouble. I love that the man who built this place is still here, still kicking, and you can actually buy hand-painted wooden signs just like the ones on display here from the gift shop. One day they'll be worth millions. This looks like a doorbell or a garage door opener. Oh, here comes the music. Look at that. That juke joint is rocking. Rudy's Rainbow Lounge. Look at everybody dancing in there. I love it. Dude, that is so freaking cool. I love this over here. I love the band on stage, the piano player. Press the button at the toy store and watch the toy airplane go spinning around. There's Aunt Chrissy in her gun shop. Now, Tinkertown has got a lot of hand-carved little wooden figures. These seem to be made out of clay, which I like even more. Well, I shouldn't say even more. I should say equally. Maybe I went to a little bit more because I feel like I could make things out of clay. Lay by the bay, eat some hay. I just may. What do you say? Almost didn't notice the motel button here. The sign says, please do not jump on the beds. Dude, how freaking cool are these scenes right here? Amazing. All right, pressing the button on the snake farm lights up the windows, and up here in the tower, it's hard to see, but there's a creature from the Black Lagoon action figure waving hello. I love this. Mr. Andrews Golfarium, Putt Among the Ruins. Look at this scene right here. God bless our forefathers who fought in the Civil War so that we can play goofy golf in peace. I love that. Bed and breakfast right here. The tourist center has an RV, and then here it is. Look at the big plantation house. And of course, the chemical plant, which says chemicals for a safe tomorrow. And you got some guys selling oranges. right out front. Oh, I love this. It says right there, this museum was created because of an encounter with Ross Ward in New Mexico. That would be the creator of Tinkertown, which starts with a huge diorama much like this. This is so freaking cool. Dude, it is my dream to build a place like this someday. Although to do it, you'd have to put down the camera and just work on folk art for years. And oh, this place keeps going and going. Dude, every wall is covered with amazing stuff. What's this? Hey kids, what's next for lunch? I'm looking down in the hole and it just says toe cheese in there. Let me push the button. Licensed eggs. You just look down in the hole. I know you probably can't see that. You push the button and it rotates what you're gonna eat. Nah, gross. This is so weird. Here you have regular Mrs. Pac-Man over here on this arcade machine. This is Dr. Tori's career counseling machine. Put 25 cents in the coin slot below. This machine knows what career you should have. Finally, some guidance. All right, putting in my quarter here. Up. Ooh, shot a ping pong ball up between all these keys. And then this thing rotated. Hey, it says carnival worker. I knew I should have run away and joined the circus. Okay, look at this. I had to push this button that said push. So there's another button that says don't push. And when you don't push, that just lights up and says meat. Meat. I am delightfully confused. That's why they call it the Mystery House. Okay, we've got a Beat Time knockoff Beatles pinball machine over here, which is very cool. There's another coin-operated contraption. Look at this thing. Okay, I'm gonna drop a quarter in here. Oh, there goes that thing spinning. Carrying some balls to the top. There they go. Oh, I love this. I love these like mousetrap style machines. Okay. Oh, it's just going around. Around and around and around. Look at that. It's all made out of forks and spoons and wire and sticks. Why do something like this? Why watch something like this? Because you can. Because you can. Okay, there's another one across the way called the Macaroni Marble Machine. Push the red button and shoot the ball. Before you press the button again, you must sing. What? I ain't singing for no devil over here, no matter how handsome he is. Okay, I push the button, but I don't know. A marble moved, but I think it misfired here. Well, it says before you press the button again, you must sing. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Now let me push it again. How did it know? How did it know that I sang? Oh, that is cool. Look at that. That is all made with popsicle sticks. The ball is just cruising down through the whole operation. This is amazing, dude. I love it so much. Skill? Luck? Wait a minute. Almost missed one in here. Pushing this button here. It's freaking King Kong! What do they got in there? King Kong? Yes, they do. Just that alone. I wish I could make something like that. Oh, okay. There's a little room off to the side here. Hey, kids, play with Crisco. The dancing clown. Honestly, I don't really want to play with Crisco. I find Crisco absolutely terrifying. Hey, is that Tuna Tyler down there? This I want to see badly, though. The New Orleans Jazz Funeral diorama or art piece over here. There are actually so many buttons on the walls, I don't know which one to push. Okay, let's try this one first. Press green.
You're a totally gross, boring nerd.
Hey!
You're a totally gross, boring nerd.
I already know that.
You're a gigantic, greasy, boring nerd.
Okay, that was unconnected from the New Orleans Jazz Funeral. Let me push this button right here. Whoa! Look at that! Look at the guys rising from their final resting crypts. I love it. It was a long written sign here. Sometimes normal people visit the Abita Mystery House and they become changed so much that they even begin a lifelong journey to understand the many mysteries of the universe and beyond, including those unexplored areas of the human mind or human brain and mind and art. And this journey sometimes bring the human being to that special lounging area where one absorbs in the aura the unexplained 24 hours a day, because passages of molecules from one form of energy to another form of energy creates a force field that acknowledges the spiritual relationship sought by the world's great religious leaders and Hollywood types. Signed, the management. All right, I'll bite. The man gave me the quarters.
Crisco, the dancing clown.
Oh!
The man who had a friend named Puppet. They caught a frog under a log, and now they keep it in a bucket.
Okay. Hey, look at that. It's Robert Johnson. Oh, this is amazing. Look at this. In 1879, Choctaw Indians were living in Abita Springs in houses built of palmetto leaves. So there's all kinds of weird facts everywhere. This is the thing about places like this, these little signs. You can't skip these little signs. They just add so much. Look at all these art pieces here. Now, John's had some help. He didn't do it all himself. He says he kind of has a team. He says he's sort of the quarterback. He said, I know he's had a lot of local kids donate art pieces to the museum, and there's so many found objects. Look at the barbed wire collection up here. You got these old cans on the wall. Tons of these light up, strange miniature dioramas. So many, they blend in so well with the decor that I've missed. Oh, look at this. See, I missed one over here. Let's push this button. See what happens. I mean, what is that? I have no idea. Does it matter? No. See, look at these art pieces on the wall. Who created these? Nobody knows. But they're in here. All right, look at this. Tragedy on Dog Pound Road. This is one that I've heard of before. Dog Pound Road is a real road with several mobile homes on it. Very nearby. Let's see what's going on. It's a tornado! Oh no, not the fireworks stand and the Christmas tree stand. There's a black cloud over the mobile home park. Oh, that tornado is messing everything up. Dude, this is the coolest thing ever. All right, we're gonna walk this way and go see more stuff. Oh, look at this, true facts. In 1900, Abita Springs had accommodations for 2,000 guests. So clearly, wherever the actual springs are, they were very popular. Look at this. I cannot turn the corner without seeing another little animated diorama pop up. I love this. I never drive faster than my guardian angel can fly. Well, I try not to. Look at that. Okay, look at this. Tug of war. How are you so strong? No idea what this does. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Got this little fake fireplace here. Look at this bird. Oh! What's it doing? Nobody knows. That's the mystery. Hey, look. John was the PTA president. Got a Winchester Mystery House plate right there. You got the Blue Boy up on the wall. Looks like they're still expanding. Your donations will help us open the Shed of Revelations. This place only costs $5, so I'm going to put a 20 in here. I rely on the same type of donations for my work, Patreon, and so forth. That's basically my little donation jar. And then I've got my own gift shop over at randomland.com. So I must support the same way. This is a two-man organ. One plays and one cranks. Hey, look at this. They're on Facebook. Join it today. I wonder if these are Mardi Gras masks. Look at that skeleton mask right there. That is cool. No eyeballs on him anymore. All right, we're going to exit this first shed. I love all the tributes to Tinkertown here. Speaking as someone who, supposedly, a lot of people have told me, some of my works inspired them. It is very cool to see an artist giving a shout out. Speaking as someone who makes art-ish of a fashion for a living, it is very cool to see people who are inspired by someone's art giving a shout out. That's something you never see on YouTube, I'll tell you. See what I tell you about the little signs. This property is being restored to the Jurassic Age. U.S. Park permit applied for. Ooh, down at the end of the walkway we have the House of Shards, but we just exited that door right here, and all along the walkway out here, there's so much more to see. I don't know if we try to see this on the way back out, or what? Ah, heck with it. Let's see it now. All right, 32-foot alligator. See it alive. Live exhibit. All right, let's look down here. Oh, the 32-foot alligator. I understand now. I understand the mystery. I like this. Speaking of art, this museum was built without an artistic license. Just like my YouTube channel. We're kindred spirits, me and John. Look at this right here. Got some very strange skeletons, all with names. Captain Crunch, Gunpowder Pete, Tentacle Tam, Three-Eyed Jack. I love all this. I love that I'm here by myself today. Most travelers are canceling their plans because there is a massive winter storm, Fern, coming all across, well, really all across the country, but bringing a lot of ice and craziness to the south, which is definitely affecting me and my vision quest. Here, look at this. Right? What the heck is this. Oh, I want to ride it. Oh, I like that. Abita Mystery House, a hobby that got out of control. I did all this while you were on your smartphone. Gosh, look at it. Every direction is something newer and weirder. I think we have to see that stuff on the way out because this says do not enter. So we are indeed supposed to go this way. Look at this. You got a bottle house wall over here. I'm assuming we'll be seeing that from the other side in a minute. And now we are going to enter the House of Shards. I love it. Let's just keep rolling because look at this. Everywhere you go, look at all these shards of glass and ceramic. Over 15,000 pieces of tiles, mirrors, and plates. Look at this old door right here. That alone is incredible. Oh, and look, the inside of the House of Shards is full of epic junk. Look at the UCM Museum bike. Got an alligator snapping turtle shell. An old hand-painted devil sign here. We've got some old neon. We've got some old games. Look at this weird transformer right here. Reminds me of a Tesla coil. Oh, it is a Tesla coil. And I love this. I love that the vines are just growing through the building. Definitely adds to the ambiance. And you got your jukebox here right next to this family of chickens going gator fishing. These are Julio's relatives. They hang out here in this museum. And then look at that. From the John Strong Freak Show, Coney Island, New York. That is one heck of a Fiji mermaid. Some more arcade machines. This one's got Dig Dug on it. Look at this turtle right here. What in the heck? Somebody left this in a basket on their doorstep and they still kept the note next to it. It says you can call her as you think best. I call her Carol. Oh, look at this. We're looking into infinity. All right, we haven't seen those 15,000 shards yet. We're seeing everything else. This is the kind of place you could visit 15 times and not begin to see everything. So I am going to have to come back here. Look at the old cigarette machine. Oh, you got the restroom over here. The restroom of desire. Trust me, there are many, many times where I desire a restroom. And look at that. This whole thing is just totally made of thousands and thousands of little pieces of mosaic. Oh, look behind the door. Look at this. Look at all those little pebbles, like fish tank pebbles and keys and pieces of art. Ah, people shouldn't ride on the back of the door. Pardon me, but I'm going to avail myself of the facility. All right, let's continue on our journey. I know that feeling right there. Leaving the House of Shards. And oh, there we go. We can finally see how it got its name. It is completely covered, the exterior, with all these little pieces of mosaic, tile and mirrors like the sign was saying. Look at this, even the planter down here. I don't know how long that takes, but a freaking long time. I love this little pig thing in here too. Look at that guy. John was saying half the people in the town hate him. But I think that's the mark of a true artist, right? You got to have your critics. All right, here we go. We're going to enter the Shed of Miracles. Oh, right away, there's already a push button thing right here. Dance on my grave. I'd like it if people dance on my grave one day. Well, or at least have a good time there. Actually, my friend Adam and I discussed this many times about wanting a grave and wanting someplace where people could come and just kind of remember and all that stuff. And be sad and somber, but also, you know, to enjoy being there, because we've enjoyed visiting a lot of historic graves ourselves. Look at all these like corbel things or whatever they're called. And then check it out. Oh my gosh. You always see these in gift shops, these miniature buildings and castles. I've never seen them put to such good use. Look at the size of this collection. Oh, I almost missed a doorway right here inside of the main doorway. Does this door open? No, it does not open. We just peer through the chicken wire here. Oh, we got a robot fella, and look at this. That is amazing. Is this literally an iron lung? Because that's what it looks like. Primordial Dalek. Captain Pike. Weird. Dude, I'm loving the Shed of Miracles. Created here with all these miniatures. Oh, just turned on as I walked in. The motion sensors are strong with this place. Oh, look at this, a bunch of little push button stuff. Oh man, I love all of this. I don't know what that is right there, but you got Snow White chilling with some religious figures. There are more miniatures up on every surface in here. Got old postcards and patches just spinning around in this old Timex display. And then look at this, the Wolverine Gator. Found in northmost of the U.S., enjoys freshly fallen snow and likes Oreo cookies for breakfast. Look at that thing. Oh, forgot to push the button to shed some light on the subject. The Wolverine Gator. Next door, we've got the Coyote Gator right here. Reminds me of our friend there at the beginning of the tour. And then down here on the bottom, a teenage Alisapien and a Squirreligator enjoying life in their natural habitat. Hard to see these ones. But there's the Squirreligator over here on the left. And the teenage Alisapien, I think it's this thing. There we go. Now you can see the Alisapien a little bit. A little chicken wire shadow there. Awesome. Oh, it doesn't end there. It does not end there. Look at this. Stella, the Squirreligator. Cecil, the Cyclopagator. Claire, the Cluckagator. This one has no name. He just is. He just is. Uh-oh, this one just says, "Oh Lord, why?" Let's push the button. What? Oh, yeah. Now, there you go. People always wonder what I'm like off camera. I'm usually doing this. The real heads of a two-headed iguana salvaged from the lost tribe of Lower St. Bernard. All right. Look at this. A squirrel named Bob Ross up here. Faye, the flower bunny. We got some wishbones. This is the day the dinosaurs died. Look at that. Going extinct. This is the raddest freaking thing I've ever seen in Louisiana, and Louisiana is full of rad things. Do not come to Louisiana without coming here. In a way, I'm glad that I waited the 26 years so it could expand. Look at this, Brittany, the baby Alisapien. It could expand into what it is now. Let's see, the jump roping skeleton. I love it, but I'm also sorry it took me so long. Okay, the worst day of your life. Machine number 46. Oh, it's another one that's rotating sayings. Here we go. What's the worst day of my life? Be in an elevator with a mad skunk. I know it's very hard to see and very wiggly right there. Let's see what we get. A Snickers floats in your pool. Some of these are very strange. Stuffed squirrel here. And what does it say? Wanda the white squirrel found in central Louisiana enjoys hummus with pine nuts and blocked from Facebook. There's just all kinds of amazing little two-headed rats and skeletons and just the most random, amazing assortment of things. This is about what my brain feels like right now. Actually, if you could look inside of my head, most of the inside of my head looks like this place. When I look around inside of my own head, I see lots of things that are useful and interesting, but I also see a lot of things where I'm like, why? Why is that in my brain? And I can't remember most of my cousins' names. I love this. Oh, there's still so much to see. I thought this would be a quick stop because most of what I knew about this place is that it was built in an old gas station. I didn't realize how extensive the property actually is. Look at the Sister Claire's live bait shack and fortune telling. Something that seems entirely possible for Louisiana, honestly. These liars keep away. Get your fortune, only 25 cents, cheap. And oh, before we even do that, we got another cabinet of curiosities here. Thought that was Colonel Sanders for a second. Look at this, man. The gators have really been breeding here, strangely, in Louisiana. They're sort of like the official state animal, except for really it should be mosquito. Maybe that's the state bird, like it is in Alaska. On this site in 1897, nothing happened. Love those plaques. Hurry up and wait. You can see how much we weigh. Ah, she's out of order today. Clairvaux, amazing fortune teller. There she is. Get your fortune told and get your live bait. This is a real bean pod from Jack's farm in Africa, apparently. But yeah, you get your bait and catch you one of these. What the heck is that? Oh, of course, it's the Quackagator or Aladuck. This says, accordion players rule over politicians and pianoists. Oh, come on, man. This is like a little slice of mosquito-ridden paradise. That's that first shed that started this place that we came out of. The House of Shards on our left. And now we are loose in the backyard. Got some UFOs that have crashed into trailers. Look at this freaking flying saucer over here. I love it. There are steps to peer inside. What was this actually supposed to be? Some kind of submersible, a glass bottom boat, a water tower? I have no idea. I think it must be something actually meant for the water. Whatever that thing is, it is awesome. That is so cool. And I'm parked right over on the other side of this fence, and I did not see that from out there. This says it's under construction. The cabin of moral obligation. Strange girls. Can they marry men, have children, do laundry, be happy as they are? Why? Why were they born? What? Where'd they get that from? Here's the hot sauce house, which is, as it sounds, a little house full of hot sauce. Vines growing through there. I should send him some Random Land hot sauce. Can you see all those? Look at all these bottles of hot sauce, which back in the day were a lot harder to collect. Now there's hot sauce everywhere. So why did I create my own hot sauce, you may ask? Because mine is the best. Mine is the best hot sauce in the world. Oh, dude, look at the size of that thing. This must be the 32-foot Bassigator. Oh, yes, look at here. The amazing Bassigator. Right there. No, 32-foot was the other one. This is just the amazing, large, huge Bassigator. Now that right there is a work of art. Is it a fish? Is it a reptile? Scientific marvel? One of a kind. That is for sure. Sorry, I know everything looks kind of blown out, like whited out. That's because we're having some weird gray weather outside. Possibly related to the upcoming storms. As you may know, I needed this laugh today. I needed this distraction. I'm on a vision quest back home to California. Yesterday was 1 month since my friend Adam the Woo passed away. And the day before that, I had a great day in Georgia with my friend Tyler Evans, rock journalist, old school roommate of Adam the Woo's and mine. The original Random Land sidekick. We went up to a Bigfoot museum in Georgia, in Ellijay, Georgia, or Blue Ridge, Georgia. Side note, I love that this place is still being built and worked on. I love that there's so much under here that's been grown over by stuff. It's like this never-ending, amazing project. Anyway, I had this great day, and then yesterday, approaching the 1 month anniversary, I just had the worst, like, heaviest day. Decided not to post anything on the anniversary day itself, because I was just having I don't know, I thought I had reached this amazing place where I was feeling healed, or feeling like I was healing, and going on with the journey, and getting on with the vision quest, and yesterday was just it was like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and I just couldn't handle it. So it's nice today to be surrounded by crazy things to see, and a reminder that life is very, very short, and while we've got a shot at it, just try to do what we love as much as we can, which is exactly what's been done here. Imagine going to Tinkertown, because I've done it, and being like, oh, this is amazing, I'm so inspired, like I wish I could create something like this. This guy actually came home and did it, and then had help from its original creator. Look at the hoses. Huh? Not going to see those anywhere. I love this. Even the buildings that are off limits are amazing. Look, this says, be strange, not a stranger. Be thankful that someone had the brains to plant trees. There was a sign back there on the ground that said, do not throw things at the turtles, which makes me wonder if at one time there were turtles in this pond or something, or this thing. I don't know. I tried to stay spoiler free because I knew I would get here one day, and I am so very stoked that I did, and so grateful to be here now. Anyway, it was also a heavy day because I realized my travel plans were completely heimbucked. I'm gonna walk back through this entire thing right now, take some pictures, by the way. That's why I'm what I'm doing while I narrate this. Oh no, not you again, Daryl. Calm down. Anyway, yesterday is when I finally took a look at the weather situation. This giant winter storm is gonna cause ice everywhere from like the Alamo up through the whole country, and realized the picture in my head of what this vision quest home back to California was gonna be was not gonna happen. I was originally planning on a much more northerly route, but it's all gonna be frozen. Even I-10 is gonna be frozen pretty much between Louisiana and West Texas. So I actually am down here in southern Louisiana, not just for the Abita Springs Mystery House, but also, sorry, I meant the UCM Museum. but also because this is like one of the only places that's not supposed to freeze. If you get right down to the Gulf of Mexico and just stay there, the ice should miss me and melt faster afterwards, but I still have to basically be stranded in Louisiana, down in southern Louisiana, a little closer to Houston than this, for 3 days and nights at the minimum if I want to miss out on the ice. If I go all the way to Texas, I'll be in the middle of the ice, and there'll be no moving forward or back. If I stay right here, I could at least move backwards if it turns out things get really crazy. So, and they're saying it's going to get really crazy. I can quote Doc Brown with, since when can, or Marty McFly rather, since when can weathermen predict the weather? Yes, that is true. But at the same time, better to not take any chances. I'd rather stay fit and healthy. All right, I'm going to enter the gift shop here, go talk to John, and buy myself some signs. All right, I love that with my whole heart, John.
Oh, good.
I love it so much. Oh. Look at this, you got mystery bags.
This is amazing.
All right, so I just had the coolest talk with John in there, who is an amazing and interesting human being. And as I was walking out the door, he just yelled at me, "Start your own museum." And I have no idea why, but I said, I will. So it looks like the Random Land Museum one day must come to pass. I hope it's as mysterious as this. That is another thing Adam and I had in common that we always talked about. It's like, someday I want to open a roadside attraction. How? Where the money comes from? No idea. Where in the world? I'd probably want to do it on Route 66, maybe, because I love the old Mother Road. But where? How? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. There's the Abita Mystery House, a bucket list location I have always dreamed of going to. I can check that one off the list, only I can't because 150,000% I want to come back. Oh, and I bought like about a zillion hand-painted signs. This hanging up behind me, by the way, is Adam's hat from the Epcot 35th anniversary. We had a great day that day. See, today is a good day. Today is one of those days where I am remembering in a good way, and not in a dark way, if that makes sense. Things are coming to mind that are making me laugh and remember with a smile on my face, rather than crying. Uh-oh. They found me! Oh no, they're after someone else. Whew! Thank the maker. Anyway, someday, Jennifer. Someday. Yeah, this little town is absolutely adorable, Abita Springs. I would love to walk around and explore it some more. But I gotta be moving on. Get to my sort of hunker down spot. I would probably risk it a little bit, like drive forward a little bit more and get all the way out of Louisiana and find somewhere in Texas to just chill. But I have a mother. Hi, Mom. And she wants to know I'm safe, so I'm gonna stay somewhere where it's not gonna freeze at all and the power's probably, hopefully not gonna go out and all that stuff. Also, I have no idea where I'm going. I just took a random turn. I'm definitely going the wrong way. But I've taken a lot of wrong turns in life, and I know what to do. Wrong turns are okay, kids, as long as you learn how to make a U-turn. Man, is it pretty down here, though. Look at all this. Look at this. It's so wet down here. Everybody has to have a little moat in front of their house. A little drainage ditch action. I'm making that U-turn I was talking about. It wasn't a metaphor. I had to turn around. Stop flickering screen. Before I actually drive west, and I know this video is already kind of long. There's another very Louisiana-ish thing I'd like to do, because I didn't get to do it in Florida while I was there. Dude, I know everywhere is somebody's everything. Like I said the other day. But this place really is in the middle of nowhere. It took me a little bit to find this. I thought there'd be more signs. But I think I found what I'm looking for. Right here. Oh no! It's closed. This is the Instigator Ranch and Hatchery. A gator ranch. I guess we're just here out of season. Or maybe they're closing up to ice-proof it. I don't know. No Instigator for us today. All right, that's a sign. Keep on cruising down the highway. Here's a little slice of what road travel is actually like. Multiply that by 6-8 hours sometimes of driving. Sometimes a lot less, but there's not an Abita Springs mystery house or whatever on every corner. I wish there was. The world would be a much more interesting place if it was. There's a lot of this. A lot of this. Also a lot of this. Hey, that's where I stayed last night. The Holiday Inn Express. If I'm smarter today, that must be why. Well, I made it to Baton Rouge. Sitting in a little bit of traffic. Meanwhile, my son is at the DMV at home taking his driver's test. At least attempt number 1. Hopefully the only attempt. Pretty cool. Someday he can enjoy traffic like this. Hey, look at that billboard. There's a man up there! No! Something important happens here in Baton Rouge. And something terrifying, which is, to wit, this is where we cross the Mississippi River over this bridge that I hated from the first moment I ever saw it 25 years ago. No, the Horace Wilkinson Bridge. There it is. Old Muddy, the father of waters. The mighty Mississippi. I can't look at that. Help, I'm scared. I hate giant, terrifying bridges. Hate them. This is it, though. We are crossing the Mississippi River. And then we'll sort of officially be back in the West. Kind of. The old West. The old West. Crossing the center now. And then look at the lovely view we have of the chemical and industrial plants. I'm just pointing the camera, I'm not looking. I'm looking straight ahead in terror. Are we over land yet? Oh, I think we made it. Alright, back on my side of the Mississippi. Not bad at all. Still got another 100 miles to go across Cajun country. I used to have some, hey, the Tiger truck stop still exists? Hang on, hold that thought. Hold that thought! I thought this was a thing of the past. Dude, son of a big surprise. Shut the front door. What the hello, operator? The Tiger truck stop still exists. And bigger and better than ever. This is something I was very familiar with 20 years ago. We used to stop here all the time. Mostly because it was the first truck stop in a while and the last truck stop before you get to Baton Rouge. The first time I pulled over here, I thought I was hallucinating because just over here against the freeway, they used to have this big metal cage with a live tiger in it. So now I never thought, and it was a little cage too, like a little wrought iron cage with a big freaking tiger sitting in it. And I never thought that would last into 2025. And it hasn't. I just looked it up, and apparently the last tiger, named Tony, by the way, died in 2017. So there are supposedly no more live tigers here at the Tiger truck stop, but the name lives on. How unbelievable is that, right? You take your grandkids here, and you're like, there used to be live tigers. You're like, okay, old man. It might have been over there, the big metal cage. But I remember just pulling the van up to it, not knowing what it was, and then going, is that an actual tiger in there? Now, I think they got the tiger in the first place because of LSU, right? Louisiana State University, which I believe still has a live tiger mascot named Mike. Oh, look at this. You got a big old tiger right here. So it's still tiger themed, which I appreciate. But yeah, they used to have their own live tiger here at the Tiger truck stop. Maybe that's one of them right there, because that is definitely a real stuffed tiger, not just a breakup tiger. Look at the size of that. So imagine just pulling up and seeing one of those roaming around inside some pretty sad looking iron bars. It wasn't very aesthetically pleasing. We got a lot of tiger merchandise in here right behind the tiger. Look at this, they even have a monkey dressed as a tiger. Oh, and there's a breakup tiger. Comes from a long running joke between me and my old drummer Ben about what are these giant tigers they sell in truck stops for? Yeah, it's for a breakup. Like, hey, I got you this tiger. We need to talk. Look. Here, you can see the bars. See, like an old circus cage. See what I'm saying? I'm sure they were treated nicely and everything, or as nice as a truck stop tiger can be treated. You can see it was just like a big cage outside. And that's when Tony the tiger, the final tiger, died. Created by Montelaro Custom Taxidermy in Louisiana, so this must be, I don't know, did they get these tigers from somewhere else, or are these the tigers that were outside once? I don't know. Oh my gosh, also, on the way to the casino, look at this. 12-foot long, 725 gator. Look at the size of him. Yes. Anyway, we are down now, entering into Cajun country. I used to have some very good friends down here. And so, believe it or not, I have actually spent some time on the bayou down here. Ooh, look at this. Look at this coffee. I'm going to bring some of this home with me. Oh, yes. This kid from Anaheim has eaten boudin and every kind of Cajun food you can imagine. Been out in boats and everything like that, eating crawfish, the whole deal. Anyway, my number one homie is down here in this part of the country. Chris and Jenna Sons. Shout out to Chris and Jenna. I believe Chris is a barber now somewhere in Lafayette. I won't have time to stop there today. So shout out. Hopefully one day our paths cross again. All right, I can't believe the Tiger Truck Stop is still here and still called the Tiger Truck Stop. There are still tigers in here, technically, dead ones. Pumps are new, the building, the restaurant, the casino, all rebuilt, all brand new, pretty crazy. The surrounding area, the little town next to the Tiger Truck Stop, looks exactly the way that I remember it looking. And the sign up there, still exactly the same. So you can imagine me seeing that sign, just pulling over, looping around, and pulling up to some structure, because it was just convenient parking for the trailer and the van, and then what the heck is that, a tiger? All right, well, I'm gonna end today's adventure here. I don't know whether we will have the weather for an adventure tomorrow, even a short one, or whether all we'll be able to do, get it, weather all, anyway, is to wake up and say, hey, I'm stuck here. What a fun one. But we'll see. We'll see what fate and the Winter Storm Fern, as they're calling it, not a very malicious sounding name, right? Why don't they call it like Winter Storm Agnes? That's not even that hardcore either, but you know, something. Winter Storm Nefaria or something. Winter Storm Fern is on its way. And hopefully I'll be well south of where there's ice, although the map keeps changing. Might have a little bit of ice or not a lot of ice. But either way, a lot of bit of ice is going to be blocking my path west for at least a couple of days, if the weather doesn't change. So whether the weather is good or bad, I will have to see you later. For today, we've done our duty. It's time to go home and sleep well. Okay, you gotta see this. You pull the rope. Here lies the first H.J. Smith customer who didn't pay his bill. Oh my gosh.